And with that said, let's get into our meeting real quickly. We thank everybody on the call today. We have a phenomenal young lady. I'm just excited about her. This is her third visit with us. She's a regional director. She hails from San Antonio, Texas. Went down, put herself on the line, and got one of the co-founders, who was a Koopas down there, blew him away how big her meeting was. Also, she's part of Dean Torelli's organization, who's in Lake Tahoe this weekend, doing a phenomenal training for all the leaders up there. She's an entrepreneur. She is in a locksmith business, saw ACN, and she said, oh my God, are you telling me I get paid on people's services? Oh my God, I can do this in a big way. Without further ado, regional director from the San Antonio area, Miss Roxann Corralejo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate being invited back on this call for the third time. Like you said, I feel like I'll never get used to this. It's still really nerve-wracking, but I'm truly honored, and I love the ability to speak on this call, especially with you. You are a phenomenal leader. You celebrate everybody. You do so much for everybody. You're such a servant and giving leader. It is truly an honor to be able to share the stage with you and be able to speak to your team, because you pour so much into them. And everybody on this call, including myself, can only aspire to do what you do still while in this game as a senior vice president. You still give so much. So thank you so much. And I really appreciate you and all that you do. So again, everybody, my name is Roxann Corralejo, and Mr. Thomas did share a little bit about what I do, and I've shared with some of you guys already what I do, but I want to share my story. So what I do really isn't who I am, and that isn't really what has attracted me and anchored me to ACN, what we're doing now, the movement and everything that's happening here in San Antonio. So my story is I went to school after I graduated high school. I went to college. I got my degree. I haven't shared this part with a lot of you guys, but I do have a degree in biology, so I'm a little nerd. I definitely have that analytical side, and I worked hard. I worked my butt off. So when I set my mind to something, I accomplish it, I achieve it, but I achieve it with excellence. So I graduated with honors. I got my degree in biology in my early 20s. That's what moved me to Texas. So originally I am from California, just outside LA, but I moved to Texas in my early 20s. I bought a home. I was working as a biologist with Fish and Wildlife, and a lot of people that I went to school with were still waiting tables, trying to find that science job. So in my early 20s, I made it. I said, this is it. I'm here living the American dream. But then I was thinking to myself, is this it? I've made it. I'm in my early 20s. I have the rest of my life. Now what? I wasn't fulfilled. So I have a really giving heart. I love to give back to people. I love to serve other people. I love to see them and celebrate them, see them excited, see what I can do to help other people grow. And I just wasn't given that opportunity in my chosen profession. So then I didn't really know what to do, where to go from there. But then fast forward, when I saw ACN, I saw that opportunity. So again, with that mindset of when I do something, I'm gonna achieve it with excellence. I signed up with ACN and was told I had to hit executive team leader within 30 days. So guess what? I did it. I knocked it out. Within 3 weeks, I am attending my very first international event. 3 weeks in this business, flying from Texas to Charlotte. And I'm like, what the heck am I doing? What's happening? What's going on? Out of that event, it was throughout the weekend. For those of you that have been around long enough to know what an international event is an arena full of 20,000 people in the room. And if I can ask you guys, anybody that has been one of these events, what's the one thing that stands out the most when you're at these events? The crowds are great. Go ahead and put it in the chat. Talk to me a little bit here. I know a lot of you, everyone's mics are off, but what stood out to you the most? The energy, absolutely. The energy of the room, the belief, why is it there? How do we have this belief? How do we know, yeah, this thing is real? The atmosphere, all that tied into, for me, the stories. Exactly. Thank you, Natasha. Was the stories, seeing those promotions. So it's really great to hear the trainings and how the services work and the difference between an urchin and a whale and all that good stuff is phenomenal. but it was the celebration that got me. It was the promotions, the regional vice presidents. I'm sitting there for the very first time under 30 days in this business. I still don't understand. I don't know how I got to executive team leader. I just know that I made it. I was allowed to walk the stage. That was crazy for me. But what really stood out is that promotion, seeing people carried on this throne. And I'm already envisioning myself saying, that's going to be me. I'm going to be on this throne, this chair being carried up to the stage. I already have my RVP song picked out right there in the stands. Who seriously has had their RVP song picked out? Anybody? Yep. Show hands. Don't be embarrassed. We all have. Why? It's because that act of celebration. We always crave it. We always want it. So when I first graduated and I got my degree and I got my career, I just didn't feel that fulfillment because I wasn't being celebrated, but not only celebrated, I didn't have that opportunity to celebrate others. I worked with plants and animals. I really didn't talk to very many people. Who here has accomplished something? They set a goal and they're so excited to reach it. They accomplish it. But then you think, now what? Please chat with me, put it in the chats. But now you've paid off your car and you're like, when I pay off my car, everything's going to be fantastic. But then you did. And now what? I paid off my house. When the kids graduate, when they're off to college, well, then maybe after they're done with college, when are we going to find that fulfillment in us? When is that going to happen? So when I partnered up with ACN, I saw that as an ability, not only to see myself in that chair and get promoted, but also to see who else I can put in that chair. Who can I bring along with me? When I was there, I couldn't bring when I was working with Fish and Wildlife, I couldn't bring my entire graduating class with me to work for the government. That just wasn't going to happen. I wasn't able to celebrate other people. But here in ACN, we can do that. We have that ability. So I'm going to go back to my notes a little bit here because I had a little bit that I want to touch on and a little bit of people that I want to highlight. Why? Why do we crave? It is human instinct to crave that belonging. And I think as we made this transition over to Zoom with everything that was going on, we kind of started missing that. So we have a lot of trainers that we can listen to on Zoom all day, every day, from corporate to team calls to everything that we have. And the difference between a trainer and a leader is they train the information. And a leader, what they do is they develop the person. We hear this time and time again. We are a people company. Yes, we offer these services, but really we are there to give back to the people. So one thing that I feel that we're missing is that celebration. And I know Mr. Thomas does so great because you guys have so many calls with him and you guys even have celebration calls and people get promoted. He highlights people that hit customer qualified, that hit all executive team leader, all these positions, and that's great. Are you duplicating that in your team? Over the past year, I felt that that's one thing that I knew I was missing. I had all the information, I could get it done, I got them promoted, but then after 30 days, they hit their bonuses, they're executive team leaders, and then all of a sudden they join witness protection, I never hear from them again. They're like, Roxann, I made my money back. I made my bonus. I'm set. We're good. We're done, right? Let's go our different ways. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to see you celebrated on that stage. So how can we build that belief that they can go beyond executive team leader? It starts off from stage one. Mr. Bill Bailey, give me a high five. High five. I see you on camera. Yes. If you guys are watching, he was sitting there listening and he got a huge smile on his face. A simple high five when we're in person, that is a celebration. Someone gets a service, give them a high five. Miss Marie, give me a high five. Right to the screen. There we go. Al Thomas is jumping in on that. Three-way five. Something like that just gets someone to smile. It gets them involved. It gets them engaged. And what that does is it lets them know you truly care about them. So a little bit of an example of what I was doing. I worked with someone just the other day, not a part of my team whatsoever. I scheduled a meeting with her on a business to business level. Boss lady, outside of ACN, I wanted to have a one-to-one with her, but she had all these questions. She's brand new on someone else's team. So of course I'm going to help her answer these questions. She manages 27 properties. Well, she has 27 properties, not manages. She has her property management team that does that, but she's phenomenal. And she saw what ACN can do to monetize those bills that she has in 27 properties that she has tenants in and also Airbnbs. So what I did is I helped answer some questions and she's like, okay, let's do it now. She's a go-getter. So she said, you talked about Flash, let's do it now. ID Seal annual, let's do it now. Well, wait a minute, just those two services, she's already qualified. Gave her a high five. Yes, you're qualified. You made that 75 bucks. Do you think someone with 27 properties cares about $75? Let's be real. Absolutely not. So why did I celebrate that? Why did we high five? Why did it make her smile? Why was she excited? Because I shared with her, it's not the $75 check that you got. It's that proof. It's that belief. High five. Absolutely. It's saying, hey, we got something done. The first question anybody is going to ask you is, have you made money? Honestly, truthfully, we want to be honest with integrity. We don't want to say yes unless we did. She honestly now can say yes. That's all people need, is that proof. So you celebrate the little wins, not for those participation trophies, but because it's a win. It's still a win. It's something we've accomplished together, and it gets people excited. So not only just celebrating the little wins and when people hit these promotions, but people do so much more beyond that. Miss Chanel Burt, oh my goodness, Senior Vice President, Circle of Champions member, Mrs. Chanel Burt. Everyone, for those of you that don't know, she hosts a Women Winning Wednesday call every Wednesday evening. What she does is she celebrates women in ACN winning. So that art, again, that art of celebration. You have people that want to hit regional director, that work their butts off to hit regional director, not because of increased pay. You have women working so hard to stand out, to be that leader that they want to be, not for the regional director recognition, but to be on that Women Winning Wednesday call, to get that out of the blue call that afternoon, Wednesday afternoon, for Mrs. Chanel Burt, asking them to be on that call. It's because she's put that emphasis in celebrating winning women. They don't even think about the pay grade. It happens, absolutely. They don't even think about how big their team has to be. It happens, absolutely. The customers, it happens. Residual, it happens. It's a byproduct of that celebration. Mr. Douglas Soto, he's someone on my team. Oh my goodness, everybody knows him in Latin America. He is phenomenal. I see people nodding their heads. Yes, they're smiling just by the name of Douglas Soto. Why? Because he's so good at celebrating people. And actually, that was the first thing that I noticed, that people, if anybody has him on social media, on Facebook, you see all those birthday wishes. He wishes everybody, from, it doesn't matter if it's Mr. Byron Nelson or someone that's been in ACN for a day. He will promote them, celebrate them. Happy birthday. I want to wish you a happy birthday, and celebrate you. And so now people are like, man, I can't wait till Mr. Soto gives me a birthday celebration. And they look for it on their day. Absolutely. Sensational Sharon's like, yep, I want to be on that birthday list. Even as simple as a birthday, do you call your reps on their birthdays and celebrate with them? Do you call your customers on their birthday and celebrate them? We definitely have that crave for that celebration, but also crave to celebrate other people as well. So definitely make sure we implement that. And when we do that, that lights the fire. It ignites the fire. With ACN, it's that fuel to the fire. We don't want to just burn ourselves. We want all of our team members to burn as well, because they say if you light that fire and you burn bright, people will come. It's that law of attraction. And when people see people celebrated, that's one of the biggest things with Mr. Douglas Soto. He tells me that people are always reaching out to him and saying, hey, I see what you're doing, because he's celebrating other people. He does not put emphasis on himself. He will never do that. The biggest leaders, I have not heard Al Thomas say one great thing about himself. Everything comes from other people. Other people celebrate him. We talk about that edification. So the art of celebration is important. I definitely wanted to bring that to the table, because I know a lot of these Zooms focus a lot on training. It's training. How do we train our leaders? How do we develop leaders? But to really, truly develop leaders is to figure out what people are craving, what they want. By doing that, by celebrating the people around us, this is truly how ACN is going to become the largest network marketing company in the world. How and why do we want that? Because we are all going to set ourselves on fire. We're all going to set our teams on fire. We're going to celebrate everybody so much, the fact that everybody says, I don't even know what we're marketing. I just want to be a part of that team. I don't even know what we're selling. I don't even know how we're making money. I want to be a part of that family. You hear that word thrown around so much, but it's not thrown around. It's really that true feeling. I feel that people are family. I was talking to someone earlier, it was yesterday, from Houston. He says, hey, do you guys have a BOM this Thursday? I'm going to be in town. It would be great to meet you in person for the first time. And I'm thinking, I'm like, how have we never met? We have that family feeling here in ACM that we really feel so closely to someone. Miss Nicole Woods, I was so excited for her regional director promotion. I was out of my mind. I have never met her in person. How am I excited for someone that I've never, ever met in person? Because we celebrate each other. Corporate does it. They do it on a corporate level. Our leaders do it. Mr. Al Thomas, Mr. Dean Trolley, all the phenomenal leaders. Are you guys doing that in your organization? Are you guys creating that celebration, that family feel, or are you just trying to help them get paid? It is great. That needs to be done as well. But also we need to bring in that environment where people actually feel welcome. It can be done on Zoom, just like I did, air high fives. That happens. It's possible. If you have the ability to meet in person, do it in person. Recognition, every single call you're on, recognize someone. Recognize someone for a small one, for a big one, for a customer, whatever it is, because now the new people that are seeing this opportunity for the first time are seeing that recognition. When you have promotions, have your team invite people to the call. Just, hey, listen, I'm being promoted to this CQ thing. I don't even know what it is, but I want you on the call just to see me and be there for me. They will receive so much love and support just for something like that. And then all of a sudden they're going to be like, wait a minute. I want that type of attention. I want to feel that love. I want to feel that support. ACN is such a great environment that we've created that. The co-founders have created that, but because of this new technology that we've done, we need to create that as well. So definitely, I hope what you guys get from this is to making that shift. Training your new reps is phenomenal, but let's build some leaders, you guys. The only way to truly grow this business to the level we want it to be is to grow leaders. To grow a strong leader, you need to implement the art of celebration, because without celebration, without people feeling home, people are really earning for that homing feeling. And if they don't feel that, then they're not going to stick around. I've seen that in my business. I've seen that in other businesses. This is what has been that huge transition, that huge shift within this last year. Most of y'all have never even heard my name since a year ago, and I've almost been in this business for 4 years. It's because of that. It's because of that art of celebration. People are wanting to jump on board. They're wanting to be a part of the San Antonio winning team. I hear that all the time. We have so many teams here that it's not myself, it's not just the Empire team. We collaboratively bond together because there's so many teams plugging in that say, I want to be a part of that community. I have someone in California that's coming to the Dallas Emerge event just because he wants to meet the San Antonio team. Are they talking about you guys like that? Are you bringing that environment to not only do people want to come see you guys, but people want to be a part of your team, and they'll do anything they can just to be a part and just to be around you. So remember, celebrate those around you, celebrate each other, the small wins, their birthdays, whatever it is. Let's get that celebration spreading like wildfire, and we will make ACN the largest and biggest network marketing company in the world. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. I am so happy that I had that ability to share what was on my mind today. It definitely was a shift, something a little different, but please, let's celebrate, let's party, let's 30-second dance party, even if you have to, whatever you have to do throughout your day, celebrate each other. Thank you.